Okay, so now we're ready to start building the pre-header. So chapter one, we finished it off by understanding the shell. Okay, and I've saved this so that you can actually access it separately without having it cluttered by all the information that we're going to add in about the pre-header. So as you can see, I've just collapsed the section so that code moves up a little bit. Okay, so here we go. So in HTML email, you need everything to be built with tables. Okay, so the outer table 100%. Okay, and then we create an inner table. Okay, we're gonna push this back. Okay, and then here we're gonna align center, but here we change the inner table to 600. Okay, so if I refresh that, you get this. So if I was to minimize this new table, okay, so we have this outer table, right? This outer table, right, has a little baby inside, and this baby is what is called a nested table. So basically the outer table is like the master table, the inner table is like the inner child, and it's going to hold all the contents to our email. All right, so if I unbreak it again, so this is what we have. We've put it inside and we want it centered. So if I click on it, you can see it's now centered in the page. I'll go back to this view. This is how we've achieved this. So we've got the master table, which is spanning the whole way with the gray. And then we have this table, which is centered. Okay, so everything that you're seeing within this particular email in white, it's 600 pixels. Okay, so let's go back to this one. So essentially what I'm saying is this table, I can even put some comments. Okay, let's do like and say something like this. Ooh, not like that. Yep. Okay. I can do a comment like body of email starts here. Okay. All right. And I can copy this because comments are just information to help you. Okay. You can just write them in as you go along. Okay. You can see they're grayed out so they don't affect anything. And then you can say ends here. All right, so as the code grows, we know that this is the ending tag basically. All right, and inside of here to create the pre-header, we just have to now say so this row, emails are built in rows. Can I say that? So all right, so let's put a comment here and say pre-header starts, and we can copy this for our own information and just put it there. Say pre-header ends. So if someone was to pick this up, they won't really be confused as much because they just know, for example, pre-header starts here, pre-header ends here. So pre-header is going to go in this block. Okay, so to do that, all I need to do is come in here and say, okay, so we create a table. Okay, indent this back. Okay, and this table, we want to do it like, let's have a look, 90%. Okay, and then we're going to align center. Okay, and let's see. So we've got this little table, and also what we want to do, maybe for example, like I said, we want to hide the pre-header. So we're going to do a class of hide mobile, and also we're going to do a style equals padding, top and bottom 15 pixels, left and right 0 pixels. Okay, so this is top and bottom, this is left and right. Okay, so we get like separation from the top and the bottom. And so now that we've done that, what we're gonna do is create two little cells in here. I'll call them A and B. Okay, for now. Okay, so A and B. All right, so if I refresh that, I'm gonna push this by saying align right. Okay, and this one I'm gonna do align left. Okay, so now A and B are really split apart. What does that give us? This gives us this left side and this right side. Okay, so now that we're here, we can change this pre-header to say don't miss our amazing offer. Okay, so bam, bam, bam. Okay, that's your pre-header, right? Maybe not so much. So that's your pre-header, and now we're gonna try to do the right side as well. So normally it's something like view in browser. Okay, and this will be a link. Okay, let's just do a link quick. Let's see. Okay, maybe Google, something like, okay, HTTP www.google.com. Okay, this is just pointing to whatever link you have. What do you want to do after that? You want to do target is equal to blank. Okay, that one, underscore blank. And okay, underscore blank means it opens in your new tab when you click the link. And now what also you want to do is do a style tag to bring back the default font. Okay, so the default font color is this. So you can grab this if you want, but maybe just the color. Okay, and then we come here and we paste it there, changes it to black. If you want to keep the underline, it's up to you. I think it's good to keep the underline because it tells people it's a link. Okay, if you didn't want to keep the underline, you can do text decoration none. Okay, and that gets rid of it. Or maybe then after that, you want to do font weight bold. So you want to get rid of the underline, but you want to make it darker to distinguish it. Preferential, really. Loads of things you could do. Or you want to change the color from this to maybe, okay, let's just do red. What's red again? RGB FF 0000. Okay, that's a extreme red. Maybe you want to dampen it down to that red. Okay, so maybe you want it like that. Okay, preferential again. It's like exactly what you want to do. You have the total control. Pardon me, let me just clear my throat. So you have total control, and you know, so yeah, well, maybe I'll go back to this gray. Doesn't look so great now because color, when you see a bit of color, it's always nice. So essentially, we have the pre-header section. Let's have a look. Oh, one more thing is, if I were to do here, on this table, I can do BG color so that we start to see separation from gray, and do £sign and 6 Fs for white. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So now that should give us this block looking like this. Much better now, I think. Quite like it like that. So we can save. And again, if you're wondering, text decoration underline. And boom, we have it underlined. And if you don't want it, just get rid of it. Just say none. Okay, gets rid of it. Okay, that's how you can play around. So one more thing I'm going to give is widths to the TD. So width 50%. Okay, and then I'm also going to give this one a width of 50%. Okay, so that they just evenly split in here. So what happens if I didn't put 90 here? I'm just trying to quiz you a bit. So if I didn't put 90 and I put 100, you see it'll snap and touch the edge. Okay, let's see what happens. Boom. And then your manager comes and says, I don't want this to be touching the edges. So what do? You can move from 90 to 95. Okay, then it pushes in a bit. Then it's like, maybe I want it in a little bit more. And you can go maybe 90. Flexible, playing with numbers, basically. Playing with numbers, okay? And why is it snapping to the center? It's because we've got a line center at the top of it, okay? That's why that's doing that. You know, proportionally even. To be fair, I quite favor this when it's like 95. Let's see, might change it later. But yeah, not so bad. Okay, so if I go on mobile, click here, it disappears because I've got the class which says hide mobile. Say for example, if I didn't have this and I just maybe do underscore to override it, okay, look, it's still in there, okay. And the reason why this is breaking and this not being responsive, you can see we're losing the view in browser. It's not being responsive yet. Is because we need to give a class to this 600. So how do we do that? Come back to this media query stuff that I was explaining in the first video that controls mobile. All I need to do is get this class called container and add it on here. So I can just do here and say class container, and you can call it whatever you want. Container, whatever. It's like whatever you prefer. And now if I squish it in, you can see that it's being responsive, you know? So to be fair, I don't think I'm gonna hide it. But generally speaking, people don't click the email to view it in browser on mobile, okay? Once they have it on mobile, it loads, okay? They see everything they need, okay? On desktop, sometimes because the images don't load automatically due to email clients, things may not show up, you know, copy may not show up. So they kind of need the option to say view in browser. This is when you put some syntax that your email client provides. For example, here where I put google.com, it could be like a variable saying something like %% view online, something like that. So your email client could probably provide you a variable like this, which populates with the right link. And when people click the link, they automatically transfer to the hosted version of the email. Okay. And why is that important? Is because that's how people are actually going to view your entire email with images, with text. But on mobile, it's different because most of the mobile clients, they're already, you know, things download automatically, like images, the text, everything just loads up when you actually click the email to open it. So normally this is why I'm saying on mobile, you really don't need this section, okay? The pre-header, they would see it before they actually go into the email. The view online browser, they don't really need to click it, to be fair. Because even if they click it, they're going to see the same version, the mobile version in the browser. So most cases, you'd find that most emails don't even have the section at the top. Okay. Okay. So, but again, maybe you want to hide the view online browser. So you can do class equals hide, what you call it? Hide mobile, HM. So with that, let's have a look what happens. I know you pushed to the side there. So then it hides it on mobile. So you just got one left. And why did that push? Class equals hide mobile. Okay. Okay, let me get rid of that. See what happens. Okay, and it snapped. Okay, some of the quirks, I suppose. But yeah, there you go. That's the pre-header section. And in the next video, what we're going to talk about, let me have a look. So in the next video, we're going to talk about the logo section, which is how we put this little bit together. So I'll see you in the next video. Hey, hope you're having a good day. I got some good news. The course is now available. Click the link below to get full access. And if you're new, consider subscribing.